Welcome back. Joining me now is retired Army Lieutenant Colonel Chuck DeVore to do a deep dive on the Russia-Ukrainian conflict and Operation Spiderweb. Check out this video. Over the weekend, Ukraine unleashed a surprise drone attack deep inside Russia, targeting their air bases and nuclear-capable bombers. Russia's president says they used 117 drones and took out nearly a third of Russia's fleet of bombers. And they did so at these 5 bases. Come back into the studio and take a look at the map that we have here. Chuck and I are standing here. 5 bases across Russia targeted by this Ukrainian drone attack. Chuck, what's fascinating to me is the geographic breadth of the air bases that they hit, of course, here in western Russia, but all the way up north as well and far into western Russia.
Right. This is across about 11 time zones that the Ukrainians hit. And I think what's really interesting is they pre-positioned these assets over a period of 18 months. They infiltrated the drones in. They figured out ways of using cargo containers to get the drones near these bases, and then they launched them. They also had AI, where they trained the drones on museum pieces that were parked in Ukraine of the same aircraft that they were targeting. So they trained the drones knowing that there would probably be some electronic warfare if they got a little close to the base. So once the drones got close enough, the drones took it from there and went to their targets.
So they would have had to smuggle the drones in, you said, through cargo shipping containers, smuggled them deep into Russia. And then would they've had to have a local operator as well? Or could this have all been remotely operated from, as you mentioned, 11 time zones away? I'm trying to figure out how big of a operation this was on the ground where the attacks took place.
So the Ukrainians are claiming that all of their operatives have been exfiltrated out of Russia. So it's hard to tell, of course, whether or not that's for operational security to protect those assets or whether they, in fact, did get them out. What they did, though, is once they got the drones in individually and then assembled them, they put them in these cargo containers that had false tops. And they had these automatic wooden roofs that popped off, exposing the drones, and then the drones then took flight.
Incredible.
And so the way they did it, you could imagine that they did not have to have people on the ground when they
And is this a big blow to Russia's air might, their ability to conduct warfare?
It's a big blow. They don't make these types of bombers anymore. These are Cold War era bombers. Some of them are as old as our B-52s. They were made in the 1950s. The important thing, though, is they're not just strategic assets. They're not just used, for example, to mess with the Americans like they do when they fly towards Alaska and have to be intercepted. What they've been using these bombers for is launching these very fast cruise missiles with conventional warheads at Ukraine against civilian targets, killing civilians. That's why Ukraine went after them. They're not like nuclear missiles sitting in silos that haven't attacked Ukraine. These are dual-use bombers.
Right. Okay, I also want to ask you about this. Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth was in Singapore this weekend, and he spoke about how America is approaching its foreign policy in the Indo-Pacific and how it will also deal with Chinese aggression. Watch.
We're not here to pressure other countries to embrace or adopt policies or ideologies. We're not here to preach to you about climate change or cultural issues. We're not here to impose our will on you. We are all sovereign nations. We do not seek conflict with Communist China, but we will not be pushed out of this critical region. And we will not let our allies and partners be subordinated and intimidated.
So, Chuck, the first thing that stands out to me about that speech from the secretary is it sounds a lot like President Trump in the Middle East, telling countries, we're not here to dictate who you are or how you form as a nation. We're here to find strategic alliances and common interests.
Well, this is realpolitik, and this has always been a problem with the United States, going back to our founding, where we always want to have a moral foreign policy. And in fact, our foreign policy is best sustained when it has moral elements. However, when you let morality overtake foreign policy, it then becomes unrealistic, unmoored from national interest.
And often hypocritical.
And that's where you get into these 20-year nation-building commitments that burn $1 trillion in treasure and thousands of lives. And so we don't want to do that. That's stupid. Let's not do that anymore. And so we're trying to hit the reset button and do what makes sense for U.S. national security.
Now, quickly here to the last point that Hegseth made, and that is we will respond to any attempts to push the United States and its influence out of the South Pacific in the Indochina region. We will respond, and we will not allow China to do that. China has responded to what Hegseth had to say, and they basically have said this is beginning the drumbeats of war. You shouldn't be speaking so aggressively.
Well, and you see that sort of pattern of behavior and talk not only from China but from Russia, and it goes back decades. It's how dictators talk. It's how totalitarian states talk. The big difference now compared to the past is that China's economy is now far larger than the old Soviet Union's was,
right.
And they're engaged in this unprecedented military buildup, which, because of our wrong-headed nation-building policies in Afghanistan and Iraq, we're a bit behind the power curve right now. And so we need every bit of focus and energy to rebuild our defense, to restore deterrence, and keep the peace in the Pacific.
All right, Chuck, awesome to have you in studio breaking down some of this.
Thank
for
you.
us. I appreciate you coming.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.